I'm willing to work with it, but a lot of dead leaves. And as we know, if we have like all the dead leaves, they are not going to be something we can glue into. And also, if we're selling, it might just kind of look messy, like when it arrives to somebody's house, if, you know, they pull it out of the box and like all of this stuff is everywhere. So we're just gonna clean it out a little, not go crazy, but. So sad, I went to log on to Joann's today and the website is no more. They are store only. So I'm curious if anybody has been to the stores. I'm in New Hampshire, so I know we have a few people who also frequent the one in Nashua that I love. I have not had a chance to go. And it's so sad because, you know, like now that they're closing, like everybody's going to come out and like support it. That's like what happens with small businesses too. It's like if only we appreciated things like or supported them when they needed it, and maybe they wouldn't be in that position. But I'm guilty of doing online Joann's too, so. All right. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna kind of do this kind of crescent style. We'll put the big bunny in the middle, and then we'll do a bow in like the lower corner. That's what I'm thinking. All right, I'm gonna put my hook on this. Oh my gosh, we got the gang here. Hey, Donna, Michelle, Leslie. Hi, ladies. Nice to see you. Had a late start. I sprayed hairspray directly into my eye. It was the whole thing. It's just not easy, you know? Not easy being a woman. I went to the mall the other day and they have like the prettiest spring clothes, like especially the dresses. And I was like, I do have like a former work event thing coming up, but like I don't have anything really to wear it to. Like I can't, there's no point in wearing it, you know, in my house. So a lot of tempting things, a lot of things that remind me of Clueless. So if you like were a teen in the 90s, yeah, late 80s, 90s, and you loved Clueless and Contempo, it's a ton of things that just give me like, you know, the same feel. Outfits like Cher would wear. All right, so I am gonna stake our bunny. Sounds violent. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Leslie. If you guys are on Instagram, like, win the bunny. Like, I hope everybody knows, like, it's open to anybody, and I'd be happy for anybody who wins it. So I want to see how somebody else styles it, because honestly, like, I want to keep almost like dressing it up. Like, I kind of want to make it, right now it's like two sisters, but I kind of want it to be like husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't know. I think I'm going to make some changes. 7 to 2. Oh, hey, Valerie. Oh my gosh, Donna, you must be beat. I mean, I can't speak from experience, but I think like grandparents go so hard and have so much fun, and then you must just be so like tired. Like, you know, when you had those work days where you drive home and the radio's off because you just can't like take anything else in, any more stimulation. I have a feeling that's what it is. So right now I'm cutting up my ficus. And so I always cut these into 4 pieces. You know, I do the 2 sides, right? I cut those at the base. And then my middle piece, I cut, I don't know, 2/3 the way down. And then I saved this piece. And I've been calling it a nubbin. So my husband and I started watching the show Friends just because there's nothing on. And I did not remember until last night that Chandler had a 3rd nipple, and that's what he called his nubbin. Like, that's where the wording came from. And I've had I don't know where I thought it came from, But when he said it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's his third nipple. And I keep referring to, I mean, I can't stop at this point, but at least now we know where the derivative is from. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I didn't make the bunny. I went and bought the bunnies. Those are Walmart topiaries. And if you want to get them, like you can order them on, Walmart's website. You can order them on Amazon. I think the thing that's making them viral is that unless you can find them in person, you're not going to get it for like weeks. Like Amazon Prime, even if they were all like 2 to 3 weeks out. And it's like when you see something and get really excited, you just don't necessarily want to wait. Yeah, I have to mix them up. Maybe they'll be like fancy one time. Who knows? I got to do something more with them because they're very easy to style and they're just cute. Yeah. That's right, Leslie. I trademarked those bunnies. I did it all. There are people that have done them. All right, so I'm going to turn you. So apparently there is like a Dollar Tree hack. I have not seen it. Somebody said it was good. And I've also seen just some people take some other forms of topiaries and like twist them into like the bunnies and all that stuff. But can I say, as much as I criticize all the big box store things, when it came to using like garland with like Easter eggs in it, I'm not gonna lie, I went to HomeSense and I just bought a real junky thing for $30 and cut it in half. And I was like, I am just such a phony right now. Like I just didn't have it in me. I had driven almost all the way up to Maine to get the bunnies. And I was like, I just want it done. And I know that's like the instant gratification that like customers have too. Like it's just, you just want to get it done. What I like about Etsy is people are like really good planners. So I feel like, they're better with that stuff. But I could definitely see the temptation, but the quality was not great. No. But they're just, my bunnies, they're just sitting on them. So I wasn't too concerned with it. Yes, there are bunnies like everywhere here. They are a multiplying, and I have to use them. I'm gonna be mad at myself because every year I have like a number of bunnies, just like I do with the pumpkins, that just don't get used, and then they get put in a bin, and then the inventory grows. So what have you guys been up to? It's like finally starting to thaw here. So like everything, the ground is like mush, but at least I think we're done with the snow. New England, it's really hard to tell, but yesterday was in the 50s and I was pretty happy about that. Hey Amber, how are you? I know you have been cranking out your Easter designs. Okay, so we are going to use the big bunny, okay? I'm not going to leave him in because I'm so messy with the glue. So I am just going to kind of like see what position we want him in. And I think I'm going to change out his bow. So it's kind of a matter of him sitting straight dead on. Okay, if he goes straight on, that's going to be an issue because he's going to bump against the door. So I'm going to put him at an angle. Probably going to put it here, and then we'll have the ribbon here. So, sorry guys, this seems pretty violent, but I have to do it. Oh, I actually have some of those. So I don't go to Walmart very often, so I was like shocked by like the prices and like the things that they have. But they do have a bunch of these gold plastic bunnies, and I was thinking these would do great in like a centerpiece, just kind of in the middle, because obviously with it being plastic, you can't like staple into it. Like you have to think about mechanics that aren't going to break it. Um, but I do think that these are cute. There was like 2 different shapes, and then there's some moss eggs with them on it too. And yes, like the laced eggs, and then like Donna had pointed out, Donna's actually used them. They're really cute, like shabby chic style. Eggs as well. Eggs and bunnies, I believe. All right, so we're going to actually start with our bigger florals first. And for that, we're going to use these lavender hydrangeas. I'll show you the eggs while I'm pulling off the tags. So these are like the little foam eggs, which I think would pair, you know, again, really cute with the gold bunnies. And these are $4.98. Like, and they're foam. You can put your, you know, your floral pick, your stake through it, whatever, and it'll be fine. And then here, you guys may have seen this from Donna. This is like show and tell. So these are some of their shabby chic eggs, $2.98. Not related, but I found this at HomeSense. Amber, I know you're a chinoiserie lady like I am. So this was $8. I started making a wreath with it the other day, and I filled so much stuff in it, there was no room for the eggs. So I have to give that a second go. Oh my gosh, Diane, I'm concerned. You went to Hobby Lobby and left with nothing? Yeah, you know what? Sometimes the mojo is not there. And I think the best thing to do is not try and put too much pressure. It will come, you know, and sometimes, like, you know, if you've had a long work week or, you know, just whatever, your mood's not great. Sometimes it's just really hard because I think our designing comes from like such a place of joy. So when we're not maybe in that space, it's hard to force it, you know? So give yourself some grace because you are very talented and you will get your mojo. And who knows, maybe maybe you weren't meant to buy anything at Hobby Lobby because you probably have a lot of stuff at home. I have not been to Hobby Lobby and I don't even know if I went at Christmas time because I get too carried away with things that I don't have time to do. Okay, thinking about the big bunny and not crowding them. Let's start on the outside here a little bit. Ooh, you're doing the crosses from TCT. Awesome. Would love to see them. I want to work on, from TCT Crafts, I got one of those candlesticks, and I want to do one of those arrangements and use like the gold bunnies or like one of these bunnies, and do something really like sweet with that. Out of my wheelhouse, but I think that's kind of like the fun of it. And I have been selling St. Patrick's Day ribbons. I mean, I enjoy being Irish all year round, but, you know, people enjoy being Irish in March. So I have sold a couple of those with, like, using the ribbons from, like, TMI Gifts. Super cute. All right, so I'm going to go in with these cabbage roses. So Pioneer did not mix up, but they changed up some of their colors this year. So they used to have mulberry, or berry smoothie, which was like my favorite. And they don't have it. I don't know why. I don't know if they just are mad at me or what. But they don't have it. They replaced it with this. I think it's called like sweet pink or something like that. They do have in the hydrangea though the same kind of color, which is the mulberry. So you can still get the color if you want it. You just can't get it as a cabbage rose. Yeah, Melissa does such a variety of design styles. I love it. All right, I'm going to go in with my cabbage roses. Start on the inside. So I'm gonna make this like a B-rated version of a story, okay? Because I don't want it to seem violent. But the other day I had a dream that I moved into a house. I had a little boy, and the house was like really, really ugly. And the little boy knew it was ugly. And I promised him that I would put a wreath on the house, and the wreath would be so pretty that nobody would notice that our house was ugly, okay? And then for some reason I didn't do it. And would you know he started committing crimes in my dream? He was like stealing cars and doing all sorts of like acting out. And I don't know if he was stealing things to buy a wreath or whatever, but who on earth dreams that they have a child that they don't, that is stealing for a wreath? I mean, it was the weirdest thing. I was like, wow, I really do feel strongly about wreaths, I guess. That was a weird thing to dream about, even for me. The power of the wreath, right? The hydrangeas, so these are from Michael's from last year, and they went so on sale that I bought literally like hundreds of them. And I mean, I'm like a donkey sometimes. I mean, I really should not have bought that many, but I got carried away, shocker. So that's what these are from. I love the quality. We have like cotton candy and like fuchsia, like a couple different ones, but yeah, I don't know why they were so cheap at the time, but I definitely took advantage of that. So these hydrangeas that we're going to be using, should we use these or, hold on. I think we'll use these to go with our blue bunny. I was like, I don't think that's good advertising that, kids are committing crimes for wreaths, but. So these hydrangea, the smaller hydrangea, are from Pioneer, and they have like a bunch of different colors, but this is denim, and I think it will go well, because all the other colors are pretty soft. So whenever we're dealing with like bushes, we want to know what their like shapes are. So for these, there's always 4 smaller ones and like 1 bigger one. So I just want to like sort that out before I start to put them in. Out like this. And somebody had asked the other day about designing with pancake wreaths for storm doors. So I haven't done that. I was saying that when I design for a storm door, I just do everything flat against the grapevine, and I might even like trim it to thin it down. So I'm just not familiar. I think they were asking for a tutorial, and I just It's not something I have experience with. All right, I want to go crazy with the blue. Let's see. My workbench represents like my headspace right now, I think. Michael's have been, yeah. I don't get it. I don't know if they're like focused on other things, or I just don't know, because I feel like they used to, yeah, like you said, I guess they used to be a lot better. Oh, and Amber, were you the one who commented on the polka dotted ribbon? Because I have like such a psychotic story about me and that ribbon. So when I first started and my monogram wreath would sell, it sold with that polka dot ribbon. Okay, and this was from AC Moore. So AC Moore was kind of like a Hobby Lobby where like you can't like look it up, you can't ask, you know, you have to go there. So I kept buying them all out, and until like there was none left. And then I saw this designer, use only, not for sale. And do you know, I bartered with the manager like so hard. I mean, I think I paid like $70. I was freaking out that I couldn't make the thing anymore. And then I started stalking all the other design benches, because somebody on this channel reminded me the other day that you could be a designer there. You know, somebody could bring you their ribbon or their flowers, and then they would create something for you, which I love. I think it's like an awesome service. I just had forgotten all about it. And then I saw that sticker and I was like, oh, I tortured AC Moore. You know how it is. When you gotta have it, you gotta have it. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna use these cabbage roses. These are from Joann's. These literally, like the heads of them are the same as another wholesaler that I use. Amber, you used to design at Michael's? I didn't know that they had that. I know that they sell arrangements. I just don't know where they come from. I just thought they were like manufactured things. So I don't like the foliage on this. That's the only problem with them. The price point is great. And again, you are not gonna see, so Pioneer versus Joann. I mean, he's a little smushed funny, but you like same flower, but this has pretty foliage. This stuff has this like weird, not natural color to it. So I stocked up on these. So for the letters, you can get letters at Hobby Lobby. You can get them at Michael's. I get a custom font. I want to say it's like Renaissance, but I also have to really wait for them, and it's they're expensive to ship. It takes a few weeks. So I use Craft Cuts, which Craft Cuts they have a million fonts. It's a great company. It's just you can't get something last minute. I've also used on Etsy a family-run business called Footsteps in the Past, and they can also do anything, and the turnaround time is faster. I just like the wood a little bit better with Craft Cuts, and I'm not knocking the other business whatsoever because they've made a million beautiful things for me. Hey, Connie. Connie, I haven't responded to you yet. I'm so sorry. My week, my year has gotten away from me. And thanks, Amber. When I came out wearing this, my husband was like, and I don't mean like impressed. He was just like, what is this? Like, you're not a girl. You don't get it. You're wearing sweatpants. I'm not too concerned with what you think of my shirt. The only other time I've worn this shirt, and I don't know why, maybe because my husband makes that face, but was last year. So the Museum of Fine Arts, they have a floral themed weekend every year, or it's a week. And they always have a really, really talented, and he's a floral designer. And so last year it was Flowers by Semia. And if you aren't familiar with her work, oh my gosh, look it up because it is a mood. Like, she's so talented, and she uses flowers in like a very delicate way. She likes really like, I don't want to say random, but like not like your common flowers. Like, she's just very intentional, and she's very smart. And she's also very like, she's very quiet. Not quiet, but like, she's just really, really good at what she does. So last year I got to go to like a floral design class with her, and it was really great getting to meet her and hear about like her process. This year it's somebody from Andover, which is like, I grew up in North Andover. So it is somebody who owns La Fleur, which is like a French themed florist. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, Michelle, you get it. And sometimes I'm like, the fact that you don't like this tells me that I'm going in the right direction. Like, when you're wearing slides in the snow and you're telling me about my clothes, it just doesn't really affect me too much. All right, so these are from Joann's. These are super cute. They definitely like do the trick. They are plastic, but they're not like tacky. And they also have these in hot pink. Great product if you are somebody who's going to be like popping into Joann's to see, you know, like what they've got going on. I feel like now that like it's the weekend, it's going to be hectic there. My goal was to try and go like this week during the week. So yeah, girl math, my glue gun was half price, so I bought 2. I mean, I have like 5 of them, but I use them for workshops, so they, at some point, they get so much wear and tear, so I'm like, I'm just gonna grab them while they're on sale. $12 for one of those, or like $12.50, whatever it was, is a really good price. I love my glue gun. Not having to deal with the cord is ideal, I think, for designing. Too hot, and now it's too cool. I'm getting glue strings everywhere. What else did I have? I had something else in yellow. There's something about the Easter colors, like Amber, when you did your lantern toppers, like it just so reminds me of being a kid. Like, it reminds me of Easter. It reminds me that it's the one day of the year I could actually eat candy in church and not get in trouble for it. I mean, it's just, you know, like, did anybody else grow up where you would go to the JCPenney catalog store? Where, I mean, I don't even understand really how that ever worked, but you just go in and there's a catalog, and then you order things and hope that it's the right size or whatever. because we would have like a little purse, we'd have lace gloves, you know, we'd go all out. My mom would go all out for how we were dressed on Easter. It was really sweet. I'm pulling these off. They're cute and I think they'd be great indoors, but for outdoor use, I just think that when they don't have that coating on them, I just don't trust that they're not going to fall apart. It absolutely was the event for clothes. How we kept them clean, I don't know, because like my mom, a lot of it was like white. You know, you're eating chocolate all day. I guess it's a gamble. That's like not a tradition I carried on with my daughter. That's too bad because that is like a nice thing. It's a nice memory to have. You had corsages? Oh well, you fancy, Amber. That is really nice. It's like a special family day. Just like Thanksgiving. Like, I wish Thanksgiving and Christmas weren't so close so that you really appreciated, like, seeing your family and then, like, you know, get a little stretch of time so it just means that much more to you. This year, they were just, like, back to back. And I feel like I feel like Thanksgiving got skipped. The purse and the gloves. And I love the purse because the purse held the candy. Alright, so let's scatter these out. I think, is Easter like the third week of April this year? I need to map out like Mother's Day. Like we have to think about like marketing terms of like when we're supposed to start and stop doing things, because Mother's Day is like also like a really nice holiday for flowers. Especially on Etsy, where Etsy is really pushing that they are like a gift giving hub. Like for personalized gifts. So, you know, you could customize, you could advertise that like for your wreaths, they can be customizable. You know, she could pick the ribbon, it could come with several different bows, like something like that. But I think having those buzzwords are going to be helpful with the algorithm. So if you haven't watched that Etsy SEO panel, expert SEO panel, I've posted it before. If anybody needs me to post it again, let me know. But they just took 5 random listings, and none of them are related to what we do, but you absolutely get a lot of great knowledge on how they think, like how Etsy thinks, because that's how their algorithm is thinking. I had to crate Bruno. He's done some damage at this point. He had like an indestructible hurting ball. So he used that and he hit it on our house so hard so many times that he broke a bunch of siding, and then he ate the siding because it was already cracked. So that happened. Then he was able to get the herding ball over the fence, which the fence is like 5 feet-ish. He then went through the fence, not once, but twice. So we have 2 holes that I zip tied, of course, because zip ties are life. I zip tied them as much as I could, but we have to get 2 whole pieces of the fence replaced. And then yesterday, when he goes outside, he likes to like grab something and bring it with him. And so when he was running out the slider door, we have curtains, and he grabbed the curtain and ran, and the curtain was held by like an industrial looking pipe. It's from Target. It's really cute. He took the whole thing down with him. He ran out with the curtain and the pipe, and I mean, so my husband wasn't too amused. Nope. He is $1 million dog at this point. He is really getting expensive, and we got to figure out how to keep him busy, because yesterday I even walked him. I played frisbee. Like he should have been gassed, but clearly he had some energy left over. So he needs supervision. Man, I made a glue mess over here. Okay, let's see. Some purple in. I'm so glad you like it, Diane. Oh, the Easter hat, yes. Yeah, Christmas was, they were just too close, Jackie. The dresses. Oh. Don is saying if there was a snowstorm, they couldn't wear it. Yep, Sears was also a jam for middle school. Like my mom would not take me to Express. Like this clearly is still a bone of contention. Like, so all the cool kids shopped at Express, and my mom was taking me to Sears and stuff, which nothing wrong with that, but I just wanted Express. And so I got grounded a lot in middle school. Like most of the time I was grounded. So she took me to get my clothes for school, and I wanted to come in, and like really make a splash. So I got MC Hammer pants and I wasn't allowed to wear them until the first day of school. So I had them hanging up on the back of my door, and I was like so excited to wear hammer pants or whatever. I mean, they're like diaper pants, whatever they are. It just kills me. The fashion kills me. We wore the overalls, the Skids overalls. They were plaid, and you'd wear like one side up, one was down. I mean, just a whole vibe. I think I'm gonna get the bow ready because it's gonna go here, and I don't want to overly fill this. So let me see. Yeah, do you guys have some like just ridiculously funny fashion memories from when you were younger? What's scary is these things come back. I don't think MC Hammer pants are coming back, but you never know. All right, so we're gonna I pulled a couple different ribbons, but that was before. It was actually before we were doing the blue. So let me see what we're gonna do. I have, we could just do something kind of simple. Let me see. Let me think about this for 1 second. I moved all my ribbon around. I'd like to have it paired with something. to give it some more color. Let me see. I think we have. He is a tornado. He is Hercules. Oh yeah, Diane. I mean, I had my, it got so bad, like they took away my phone, and well, I didn't have a phone, but first off, the rule in middle school was you couldn't call a boy, they had to call you. But then I got grounded, then that didn't do it, so then they took my TV privileges, that didn't do it, so then they took out my stereo. I mean, I'm surprised they left me with electricity. They took a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I was a fresh kid. I wish I had blue. You have so many things and not. Actually, I do have blue. Sorry for the walking in front. Let's see. This blue. You guys are so good with layering your bows and planning on them. Elephant ear pants? Oh, super wide flare. But you know what, Donna? I guarantee like those are coming back in style. It all comes full circle. I'm not feeling this one. Let's go with this. I love these little map tacks, and Walmart has them too. In their like little stationery section. But they're definitely great for keeping things organized. Okay, so put on all these beautiful wreaths friends suggest. I could also do pink. I'm just gonna stick with the blue. Oh, I'm overthinking it, and that's not gonna serve me very well. I got a late start too, so please don't worry about it. All right, I'm gonna move you over here. I guess you can kind of see anyways, but we're gonna just use the faux maker. And so this ribbon, I think it's called cross stitch or something. No, yeah, this is one of them, I think. These are actually okay. Oh, the wire got me. These are actually okay for outdoor use, like heavy outdoor use. Like if you were doing like something for, you know, like a monument kind of thing. This one has glitter on them, but the other ones are just like straight fabric. I think they're kind of plasticky, but they did say like they are very durable outdoors. All right, so I'm gonna do 2 6-inch loops. The bow's just gonna be hanging down, so it's not gonna be too fancy. I kind of want it just to be like draping down. So So I'm gonna work on another kit for TMI gifts, and I was gonna do Easter, but I'm actually wondering if by the time that all got sorted out, I feel like it's gonna be too late. Maybe like a Mother's Day thing. Throw some blue. All the colors. Anyway, I wish I had something that was like plain blue. And it's silly because I have so many things here and I just can't seem to find something that would pull that together. I'll just keep going and then let me see. Keep throwing out ideas. Because I would think amber, and you guys can correct me, but ideally it would be like 1.5 inch ribbon. Is that what you would use? Like it would go 4 inches to 2.5. Like right now I'm on 2.5 inch ribbon. Down to the like 1 inch-ish, 1.5 inch. So I'm gonna make 4 of these loops. And I'm making them 5 inches long. Put them through the down, just twisting them. And you know what I realized the other day is that this bow maker was given to me by somebody it was a friend's mom. So it's like a friend of a friend's mom had passed away, and they didn't want to just like throw out the supplies, and I mean I totally get it, and this was one of the things I kept, and I was like, I hope she like knows that her bow maker's getting used. She's probably cringing at how I use it sometimes, but it's nice to know like that it didn't just end up in like a landfill, you know. It's like something that I really enjoy using. Okay, so okay, Mother's Day, yep. I am a hot mess. Blue, blue, blue. Amber, I just want to make you proud. Why can't I find something? Can it be blue and white with flowers? I have this, but it's not wired. This is super cute. This is from Joann's. I mean, it's got a little yellow. It's going to be hanging down. Why don't we try this? All right, bye, Amber. Thanks for hanging out with us. One look at the blue. Do you think the blue with the bunnies? What do we think to go with this? Like, is bunny on bunny too much? Or maybe just do, I'll try the one loop of the bunny. It can be changed. All right, I'll just do the one loop. One loop. Okay, we'll do our tails. A zip tie. Blue and white one. Okay. They're good. So pull it off the dowel. And these zip ties are like not my favorite. For some reason, they like have a point where they won't zip tie any tighter. They're not as easy to use. As you can see, I'm not lying. here we go. And then I will finish off the tails. So I am going to dovetail the 2 bigger ribbons. Okay, just folding it in half, cutting upward at an angle. Jackie, do you like doing like the big bows? Because every time I do like an order, I think I like got it, and then I go to make something and I'm like, no, I need like some solids or whatever it is. Okay. We all good? We all polished? Yes, you are. Take some floral wire and put this on a pick. The one loop a little smaller? Okay. That's good advice. I'm definitely open to it. I was practicing the bows that Lori from TMI Gifts did, and I actually figured it out, and then like I was like literally pausing. She did it with I think it was an Easter bow, whatever it was, but she's got like a way of doing it too, like where it's just the one loop. And so I made a few bows, and I was actually happy with the way they came out. And the way when I went to do them again, I lost it. I lost all the knowledge, so I have to start over again. But hers are really cool, and in some ways they're complicated, and then I'm like, in some ways they're not, because she's taking like loops and putting them in different directions, but like she has a clear vision for like where they're supposed to go, whereas for me, not so much. All right, so this is gonna end up going like here, roll pick. Yeah, Michelle, I like the bows can be overwhelming. And I'm like constantly still learning, still watching, you know, Ashley from Three Little Greenwoods, my Wreath bestie, she is amazing at it. For anybody who's in the membership group, we have like a guest designer every month. So we had Ashley this month, and she gave, I don't know if it was 3 or 4 of her ribbon recipes that like normally, you know, you would either be a part of her membership group or you could just purchase the video. But she's really good. I wish she would sell a kit with everything like pre-cut. So like you're doing exactly what she's doing. I keep asking her to do it. She's not doing it though. But like, I kind of need it spelled out for me. And I think at some point it will indeed click, but not right now. Not yet. All right. Yeah, I think Mother's Day would be a nice day to do like the floral arrangements. I mean, I feel like moms love flowers, and I think it's nice to give something that you don't have to really like take care of, and it's gonna last. And actually, I had a request from somebody. It was their second request for a sympathy arrangement, like an artificial one, and I was like, oh, I just was curious. So, sorry, guys. I'm like, I'm curious how, like, was it like well received and all that stuff? And she said yes. And then she made a really great point that when people are grieving, like they don't have, you know, the bandwidth to be taking care of things. Like it's another thing to do if you have to water a plant or whatever. And then also like certain scents can be like overwhelming to people. So if they get like a bunch of flowers, it might actually like you know, have a negative effect. Lori is a bow queen. And you do Ashley's Bow Making Monday? Yes. Okay, I'm going to put something lavender on you. Ooh, or I could do the Easter egg. No, we'll do lavender. Yeah, Ashley is so good at it. There's just so many different styles and ways of doing things. That's why, like, when people are worried about oversaturation, like if you're doing your own designs, like there's no oversaturation. Like you are the secret sauce. So, you know, everybody kind of brings something different to the table. I'm kind of thinking the yellow. Yeah, we'll go with yellow. Yeah, Ashley's great. Ashley is a retired school teacher, like preschool. And so, like, when she's teaching, she gets real close to the camera and she talks real sweet. And I'm like, she just puts you under a spell while you're learning. So I absolutely adore her. And she's one of the presenters for Wreath Makers Live this year, which I think is amazing. I know she's going to kill it. All right, little buddy. We are facing you this away. Yeah, who are some other people? John Mark. He is like another one. He works so easily with 4-inch ribbon. Like, again, makes it look like a cakewalk. Like, I love watching him work, and I love his personality. He's just so sweet and so, like, humble and kind. I mean, his store is, like, the things he has in there are just incredible. So talented, and I love when he talks about, I think he learned to design with his grandmother, maybe? But it's just, yeah, I could watch him all day. So yeah, the other thing, Michelle, is that, like, just selling bows alone, so I kind of started doing that more this year. There's a really good profit margin for that. Because if you think about it, if you love bows, but you do not care about learning to make them, you just want to pay somebody, like, you know, it's something that is of value to a lot of people. We all have things that, just like if you don't feel like cooking, you know, like you're happy to pay a restaurant to cook it for you. All right. I'm going to slide you in. I'm not going to glue until I'm sure about, you know. Okay, I wasn't taking into account years. Sure bonder glue. I love you. You are no joke, but it's so hard to get you out. I'm trying to clip it. I hope I have enough stem here. I'm glad you're liking it. I was like very, very scattered once I shot hairspray in my eye. I was like, oh, I should have pulled things earlier. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, you know, but Sometimes what makes us creative is also something that makes us very messy. All right, so I want you back here. We'll end up securing him. And let's put something small. Like, yeah, I'm gonna just stick with like the pastels for this. But these little mini peony bushes from Pioneer, I love them. Great value. Can't remember offhand, but I'm using these in my upcoming spring workshops. We're doing wreaths, we're doing hanging baskets, and I like the hanging baskets because they're going to be made with some Easter elements, but they're not going to be secured, so that then anyone who's designing it can then take those things out, pop in a neutral ribbon, and enjoy it for the rest of the season. I think it's like a great way of getting the most out of your decor, you know. Like, I like having an arsenal of just certain things that I know I'm going to use, like, you know, like lanterns, candlestick holders, all of those things that you can just continually, like, move around your house and style different ways. And I saw a really good, I saw a really good video where this woman, at the change of every season, she pulls out folding tables and she lays out all of her decor, and like, she will not shop until she's gone through it. And I'm like, that's so smart, because how often do we just get, again, impulsive and just shop for something that we don't really need? Like, we have it already at home, you know, like, and then you end up with too much stuff. So it's like about buying with intention and knowing what you have on hand. And I just thought that was like a great tip. We all have too much ribbon. And I keep saying, like, I'm not going to buy any, and then it's like I'm on Craft Outlet or TMI Gifts, and it's like I just can't resist, and I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like, I know what's wrong with me. Look how this is going. Yeah, it's like a serious issue. I just need to backfill you, bud. Some greens over here for you. Like, you see people destash, and I'm like, I mean, you really do build up a lot of ribbon. And actually destashing is like not easy. Like, I wish you could just have like a yard sale where local crafters would come. But trying to destash if you have to ship is just, it's a hard one to, I think, recoup your money. I tried it before and was just like, it's not worth the time. I have to learn to use what I have. I think something just tiny, tiny, tiny. These cabbage roses, I think they're called bisque. I'm just going to use like the little blooms, I think. So yes, for our group members, I am going to get our Zoom call going because my workshop season is starting, and I want to follow through on that promise and have us get together and all chat. Envision a night of like chatting and crafting, and just like we want to do some Q&A. And also kind of going over some things about like running workshops. I know folks are going to be starting to do in-person workshops, so they're going to continue doing it. So I want to just share some of the tools I have, because it's a lot of schlepping. I mean, so like my Hulkin bags have been amazing. I think I have like 4 of them, but it's a lot to get, you know, all of those materials in and out. If you have help, great, but if you don't, like, you need to have a way of managing it. So Hulkin has been like my saving grace. All right, I'm gonna do one more blue, and then I think it's done. Buying more florals, I know. Thank you, Valerie. I used to do something called like the kitchen sink challenge, and it's like some of my earlier videos, and it really is a good practice, is to like force yourself to shop, especially if you do all like the, you know, sometimes you just clean up and you take a bunch of one-offs and you just like throw them somewhere. Now I make myself zip tie them together, so at least I have like a full bush of whatever, like just like those bisque roses, like those were all cut, but they were bunched together. Because otherwise it's just wasted good product. Like there's, and you're gonna end up buying something probably like it. Like there's a reason why you use most of it anyways. So I'm gonna drag a little bit of blue up here. All right, I think our guy is done. Let's see, I'm definitely gonna have to move him around a little bit. And then, as you guys know, I clean up the back, which just involves, like, I'm not gonna bore you, but just going through and cutting off all of the stems that are poking out the back, because those are gonna scratch a customer's door. And then just being mindful of like the pieces that we're cutting off are the parts that have the most glue. So then I just go back with my glue gun and put some glue over it and a little bit of moss. If you don't want to use moss, you could also just use like random foliage that you would have thrown out. That works as well. So, all right. Well, thanks for the encouragement on using my big bunny. So he's pretty stable, but I'm gonna do something around here. I think I might throw a zip tie. I might do another puncturing of him, but yes, so here is our oval wreath with our big blue bunny. I'm gonna name him, don't know what, but yeah, let me know what you guys think of this design, and if you're interested in joining our community, we have a membership program, but also if you're just interested in designing with me again, please like, subscribe, and share, because your girl really appreciates it. All right, enjoy your weekend, everybody.